Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are actually in my favorite place yet again. I love coming here. As I said, it's about 10 minutes from the house. But if you're new here, my name's Carrie, and today we're going to be talking about the 99 to 04 Mustang GT. It's the new Edge body style. And today we're going to be talking about the 5 cosmetic mods that I think you should do that will really help set your car apart and help you to personalize your car. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. The first thing, I think most people do this, is wheels and tires. That's in my opinion, the stock wheels on these cars were ugly as all get out. These are the SVE Series 1. They are 18. It is a 275, 35, 18 in the front, and a 295, 35, 18 in the rear. They are a Michelin Pilot Super Sport. And I do not recommend them for this car. The car is too light for this tire. I don't recommend them. I personally don't like Michelins to start with because of flat spots. However, my new GT350 has the Pilot Sport 4s. They handle pretty good on that car, but that car is heavier. It's newer. The suspension's basically brand new. The car's got 6,000 miles on it. So it's basically a brand new car, but my biggest concern with those tires on that car as well is flat spots, because that is a car that I'm still going to drive it. I'm still going to enjoy it, but it's not going to come out as much as Wiz here and as much as Becky will, because Becky's going on the drag strip, on the dyno. She'll be out and about, maybe not burning up the road as much, but Wiz is definitely the one who's going to burn up the road. I actually went and ordered a set of Nito G2s for the front and Nito drag radials for the rear. I really wanted a 305 in the rear, and all they offered was the drag radials. We've got Nitos on Devin's car. We actually have the G2s on the rear of his, and they handle phenomenal. So hopefully they will do well for this car. But keep in mind, when you are doing those, having those wider tires on the back aren't going to handle as well as a more narrower tire. But in my personal opinion, it's worth it for the look. The back end of this car with these massive tires on it just looks so mean, just like every other Mustang out there. Look at that. Look at that back end. Whew. Wiz, you got a nice old butt. So that's number one. Number two, we're back here anyways. We might as well talk about a spoiler. This is the stock, I believe it's the stock GT style spoiler. The back end of these cars, they look okay, but I like having the wing. It gives it that extra pop. I do also have the Cobra wing, the Cobra style wing that's paint matched, and it looks really good. So that's just a way you can personalize it yourself. I've seen somebody put a GT 500 spoiler on this, and man, that was one of one. That was custom. It looks so mean. It was awesome. So cosmetically, and it also puts a little bit of downforce on the rear. But styling wise, I think it looks phenomenal. And while we're back here, we might as well talk about the third thing, and that is tinted taillights. I've got the tinted third brake light. They had the standard amber ones on the back. I replaced them with a tinted, especially on a black Mustang. They just look so good. These are, is it Raxton? I don't know. I'll leave the link to the video of them in the comments. I got them from American Muscle. The third brake light was already on there, but it just looks so clean. And they're still bright when the lights are on, when you hit the brakes. I've had them on the car for 2 months now. I have not been rear-ended yet. So Devin's had his on his car for going on 3 years. So it's not an issue. But if it's something you don't like, you don't like it. So now the fourth thing we're going to slide up to, it's not just really a styling thing, but it's a kind of a practical thing. And that's this True Spike antenna. When I got the car, it had a stubby antenna on it. And with the aftermarket radio, it picked up, but it was still very staticky. I threw the True Spike on there, and it cleaned it up real good. And it's nice and crisp. And you can pick one up for about $30 I say. I've got one for my truck, this car, the motorcycle, and I'm about to order one for my GT350 as well. because the stock antenna is just a little too eh. But, and the last thing that I really like is the Mach 1 lip. I recommend getting them from either coming off somebody's Mach 1. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. So I recommend either pulling one off a Mach 1 or to get it from Late Model Restorations. The ones from American Muscle, I was watching reviews on them, they kind of get cut right here. So if you get it from Late Model Restorations, it doesn't have that issue, which is not a big deal if you have it like that. It is what it is. It just gives it a mean look. It just drops that bumper just a little bit more. And I just think it makes the car look a whole lot cleaner. Also, back to the wheels real quick. I do have a staggered wheel. It's a 18x9 in the front and an 18x11 in the rear. Looks phenomenal to me. But anyway, so just personal opinions on it. Things that I like about it. Couple other things that I haven't done that I plan on doing. It might not be anytime soon. The first thing is a cowl hood. The hood on this is fine, but I think a cowl hood would just look menacing on this car. But as I said, I just bought the Shelby, so I'm sitting for a little bit. Another thing is tint, window tint. Fishbowl on these does not look very good. I like having window tint on a coupe. It just looks better to me. And the last thing I actually have on order, it should be here in a couple of days. Well, actually there's two things. I actually ordered new seats for this car from Redline 360. They're Brom seats. They messaged me last night and said, hey, Brom doesn't have those seats anymore. They're sold out and they don't know when they'll be available. Can we like switch you for something else maybe? And they wanted to give me black with red stitching and I didn't want that. So I was like, yeah, just give me a refund and I'll reorder them. Because these seats are nice. They're comfortable, but they're very thick and plush. So if you're taller, it doesn't really work out for you that well. Give me a second to pop the hood and we'll talk about the last thing that I'm considering doing. Alright, so the last thing is this coolant overflow tank. It is very ugly if you ask me. I actually did order a new one. Unfortunately, they only offer it in a like polished finish. I might get it powder coated, I might not. But I did order those with the seats, so it should come in, but I'm trying to get a refund for the seats since they don't have the ones I want. But yeah, so yeah, definitely a couple of things to think about. Another thing that I'm also probably will end up doing, we've gotten them for Devin's car. I just ordered them for my GT 350. Is the hood struts. If your car's a show car, having the hood struts makes it a whole lot cleaner than having the pole. And some hood struts actually offer more clearance for under the hood when you're working under the hood, so versus taking your hood off. But anyways, you guys, let me know if there's anything you agree with, you don't agree with. So yeah, just leave a comment what you think. Maybe if there's something you like on this car or something you don't like, why would you do it or why wouldn't you do it? But anyways, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Y'all hustle harder.